again, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. I am so excited to see you today. Today in the studio, we're going to do something that we did before, but we're going to talk more about it. But before we get into that, I want to let you guys know that the whole entire recipe will be located in my Patreon. In my Patreon, I have all of my candle making recipes, all of my skincare recipes. I have live classes, replays. So much is there. If you want to launch your business, now is the time to do so, especially with the gas prices and the economy. If you've been thinking about it, contemplating on it, and you don't want to waste money, you want to make sure you join my Patreon, where I have all of that soap making stuff. Everything you've been looking for is all there. Without further ado, let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. For about a year and a half, I have been wearing deodorant that I make, okay? And it is so good. Let me tell you, I have been wearing store-bought deodorant for so many years. I never thought in my mind that a handmade deodorant would actually work. In my mind, I thought, I'm gonna need all of that aluminum. I'm gonna need whatever they put in that drug. I remember using a homemade deodorant before, and it was made from shea butter and coconut oil and like baking soda, and it burned my arms, and I was sweating and stinking, and I was like, okay, so this stuff will never work. Well, I gave it a try with a really good recipe that was the tallow based recipe, and I have been using this same recipe, and everybody knows this because I always talk about it, for almost 2 years. Now, the difference between this recipe and other recipes is I not only used the tallow, but I used a wax with it, and that wax was more like an odor neutralizing type of thing. So with all of that stuff combined, baby, it worked. All of this stuff that's happening in the economy, I realized that people must be different and they must be unique. So a few weeks ago, I was at a local farmer's market, and I thought about it. I looked around, I saw soap, I saw candles. You know, I saw all of those little things that we usually see when we go to these markets. The only thing that I did not see was natural deodorant, and that's just because some people just really don't know how to make it. Natural deodorant is a really good market to step into. You could sell 1 2-ounce container of deodorant for $10, y'all, and that's just 2 ounces of product. And it really, and the products that you use to make it is not really expensive. You could buy the stuff in bulk and it'll be super cheap, and it can honestly turn into a business that you can really expand. Now, when it comes down to making natural deodorant, remember that everybody have their level of sensitivity. Some people get really irritated when you use baking soda. Some people get really irritated by certain oils. So you want to make sure that your recipe is friendly for all skin types, and also you want to make sure that you use some really good scents. Now, you can make yours with essential oils, or you can make it with fragrance. Me, I decided to go with fragrance because there are some essential oils like lavender, cedarwood that I just really can't get with. Now, when it comes down to using fragrance, keep in mind that we are talking about deodorant here. You can go throughout your day with some vanilla. Let's say you're using some KILE Vanilla 28. You know that that's going to wear off, and you are going to probably smell the effects of it. So when it came down to making this deodorant, I realized the stronger scents were the best ones to use. So for me, I lean towards teak woods, strong vanillas, and also just strong musky scents, okay? Every scent must be anchored the right way, okay? So I'm going to make this deodorant today, and I'm going to give you guys a few scents that I recommend. I'm going to put a list in the Patreon of some scents that I recommend that you use to start your deodorant making business. Now, a lot of people ask me about this, but some people really don't believe in it. Today, I am here to make you a believer and to tell you that this is a business that you can tap in. You don't have to sell candles. You don't have to sell wax melts. You don't have to sell any of that. If you focus your attention on one product, I guarantee you will be successful. Without further ado, let's go ahead and make this handmade deodorant. Okay guys, so you are going to need some magnesium hydroxide, and that is used to neutralize odor causing bacteria. It's gentle. These are the containers that I'm going to be using. You can get some of these containers probably on Amazon or maybe Wholesale Supplies Plus. I'm not sure. I had my containers for quite some time and I buy them in bulk. Beef tallow is rich in skin nourishing fatty acids. It moisturizes and helps prevent irritation. It provides a creamy and spreadable base. People love tallow. Tallow is actually called liquid gold. It is very expensive. It's best to buy it in bulk rather than buying it from the store, like the supermarket. Prepare your containers. That way when you are finished making your batch, you could just pour it straight into the containers. All right, so the next thing you're going to need is a heat-proof container. You can actually use a metal bowl because we're going to double boil this. And I think it's best to double boil it versus putting it in the microwave. You will need that or a Pyrex. Go ahead and grab you a scale because we are going to begin to weigh out our ingredients. Okay, so I have some odor neutralizing pellets. They trap and neutralize odor, and they're non-irritating, and also they are one of the most effective natural odor absorbers. Yes, so this whole entire recipe is natural. I will make sure I leave all of the vendors for each entire ingredient inside of the Patreon. Our next ingredient is arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder gives a smooth, non-greasy feel. It helps keep the underarms dry without blocking your pores, and it also absorbs moisture and sweat. Next, we're going to be using tallow, and it is rich in skin-nourishing fatty acids. It is very similar to our skin's natural oils. All right, our next ingredient is beeswax. Beeswax thickens and solidifies the deodorant. It helps it stay stable in stick form. It creates a light protective barrier on the skin. The next thing you want to do is take all of these ingredients, go ahead and double boil them. Once you finish double boiling them, it should have this consistency. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and add our magnesium hydroxide. Go ahead and mix everything together. And the last thing you're going to do is add your safflower oil. And this is just a lightweight carrier oil that moisturizes without clogging your pores. And it also helps improve spreadability. I'm not going to lie to y'all. In the beginning, I used to use jojoba oil, but jojoba oil is so expensive. So I tried to swap it out for something that I knew that would just go straight into the pores and would not clog it. And last but not least, you want to go ahead and mix everything in together. Now I split this into 3 5-ounce batches, okay? Because I wanted to use different fragrance, and I also wanted to test 3 different fragrances just to see how they will hold up in deodorant. Now listen, I knew that strawberry was not a good choice, but I still love strawberry, and I wanted to try it anyway. Well, let me just tell y'all, it's definitely not the best choice for deodorant, okay? So I definitely will put a list of fragrance choices that you guys can go with if you decide to start your deodorant making journey. And that way you will know exactly what to use and what not to use, okay? So I'm just mixing this in, and listen, I can mix, but some of this will settle to the bottom. For the most part, it still will work in the deodorant. It will stay combined, but a lot of it will settle to the bottom because remember, we're using arrowroot powder, we're using that magnesium hydroxide, and those are pretty heavy powders to go in the liquid. So, of course, some of it will kind of settle to the bottom. Now's the time you want to go ahead and start pouring it into your containers. And you want to pour it into your containers while it is liquid because it will thicken up on you and it will turn into some pudding. All right. So go ahead and pour it into each of your containers. And if you are using the same containers, you want to make sure that you fill it up to where as though you cannot see that little white part, the turn dial. You want to cover that up completely. And guys, remember, you can find this whole entire recipe linked in the description box. It is over in my Patreon, and this is our finished product. And guess what? I gave the labels to you guys in the Patreon as well.